Here. Today we'll be casting some professional players in Age of Empires 4. We have some really good, solid household names on the table, guys. We'll try to cast some really good people. So that is going to be something that is on the table for today. I really can't wait to just get started. We'll just very quickly loading into the stream right now. And as we go forward, I do believe I just need a little bit to set things up properly. And as we go forward, we shall indeed just give this a really nice run. So we shall indeed watch some pros playing AOE4. And that is the plan for the day. I hope you guys do enjoy yourselves here. Find yourselves at home, and we shall indeed proceed to those games. I do think we'll start things off with Kasvar. I do have like some sentiment to his play, like having seen him in Genesis. Obviously he did drop out eventually, but it was a blast following him around, so it probably will be Kasvar as our very first pick of the night. And then obviously we shall see what the future brings to us. Okay, that is the plan anyway. That is something that is going to be on the schedule, so we shall just go into those casts right away. I'm gonna get the Casper is not in the game, right? We have Recon, guys. We do have Recon. It's not, you know, nothing ventured, nothing lost apparently. I'd really like to see Casper, so perhaps you can wait a little bit. We can give it a few seconds to you know, let those lads get into a game. I really would love to cast either Casper or Kalajur, to be honest, because I have seen those guys on other people's streams and they were really impressive in terms of like how good of a read on the meta they had. If they don't start a game in like a few minutes, we'll obviously just try to find some other possibilities to cast. That is going to be kind of an open question really to the universe as to what exactly we decide to choose here. So it is going to depend on whether those two gentlemen do actually decide to go into a game or no. I see Kasvar actually going into one right now. Sorry, Kalajur going into quick search, so it might be indeed the case that yeah, we'll just get a very decent game soon. I really like Kalajur as a StarCraft 2 player as well, so that is the plan at the very least. Yep. And you know what? Shit. Like, Recon just left. That game just disappeared from my lobby. Shit. Unfortunate. We have Sniper AOE though, who is really good. Oh, Recon is again in the game. I think Recon has just started. Kalajur is in the lobby. You know what? Let's just wait for Kalajur to start, because I'm really kind of not anxious to, but I'm really kind of looking forward to seeing how exactly Kalajur is gonna play his match. So we're just gonna go into Kalajur's lobby. We shall see what exactly he's playing. He's actually he's gonna play the French against the Mongols of all things, huh? That's gonna be peculiar. 5 minutes to go, guys. 5 minutes to go, so it is gonna be a short-ish wait as we just kind of try to load into that game. I'm not really a big fan of Mongols, honestly. I'm not sure about you guys. I'm not sure how you feel about the Civ, and I'd really like to see how exactly Kalajur plays this. And I do believe, by the way, that this is a very much a Mongol favored matchup. So just waiting to see how exactly those guys act upon this, but I'm looking forward to seeing how exactly Kalajur handles the Mongols as the French, because I do think like when you decide to play this, like it's almost a given that like if you decide to play the ladder at the decently high elo, I do believe like 1 out of 2 players is just gonna be running Mongols. So it's a good idea to know how to exactly handle this matchup, of course. And if you don't, then you are in for a lot of trouble, guys. You're in for a lot of trouble. For very obvious reasons, right? The Mongols are just really difficult to play against. If you're not playing Mongols yourselves, you're at a disadvantage almost automatically. And this goes into just say that out of all possible civilizations, French are probably not the best at handling this like extreme level of aggression coming from those more aggressive civs like the Mongols, indeed. So I'm kind of anxious to see how exactly this is handled by Kalajur, who of course is no stranger to aggression, right? That is gonna be on the table as soon as we can. Just waiting for the game to begin, guys. We just have a few minutes to chill, to relax, to just kind of get the stream running, and from there we shall see how exactly that kind of extends into the reality of today. That is the plan indeed. So the game is indeed loading. 2 minutes 30 to go, folks, and from there it's I hope it's going to be an interesting game, because like if you're casting any sort of pro players, really, it is very much of a hit and miss scenario, to be frank. This is to say that, you know, those guys will have those different takes sometimes, and when those styles clash, it becomes really sometimes it's just very, very quick resolution of games, right? So when you look at the game of, you know, for instance, Kalajur and ROR, wait, I think this is the clan name, but I'm not really sure what the name of this player is. That's just the clan name, so I'm not sure whom he is playing against. This is Vortex, because the first 2 letters is VO. It might actually be Vortex, guys, because I don't have Vortex on my friend list. So it might actually be Vortex versus Kalajur, which is even more exciting. But as I said, when there's kind of 2 very different styles clash, it is very often like anybody's game, and it sometimes just results in a very volatile / violent fashion, right? Which we might just see, right? It is a very possible scenario where one of those players just completely and utterly dominates the other. It's on the cards. It's a possibility, of course. We shall see how exactly the possibility correlates with actual, you know, just outcomes of games. But it is a possibility that indeed we'll see some messy action to begin things in this one-on-one. I'm actually also wondering how exactly you guys feel about just 1v1 games compared to, you know, 2v2s in AOE4, because I do actually enjoy quite a bit playing the 2v2s, to be honest, but I know it's not the most competitive mode in the world, so I never stream that stuff, but I do think it's you know, it can be enjoyable for sure. So I'm kind of curious as to what you guys think yourselves. We have to get rid of a few things here, by the way. I just realized. So we have to get to the AOE cast screen first of all. And this should clear things up a bit. I believe this alone should kind of clear things up. Sure, why my game is so quiet, by the way. I'll have to just kind of look into that really soon. I do think my music might be off, that's the reason. So we'll just kind of very quickly pause, get the music going. Yeah, absolutely, the music seems to be off. Yep. Hey guys, so it is going to be vodka, actually. It is not indeed going to be Vortex. So in the left upper corner of Boulder Bay in the west, it is going to be Vodka playing the Mongols. And in the south, in the red, or southeast in the red, it is going to be Kalajur playing the French, of all things. Which I also think is quite exciting to say. Like, I do think French as a civilization are very weird, to be honest, in many regards. Because they are, you know, they used to be considered like as the strongest civilization out there, especially on the Watermouse. But with the shifts to the meta, right, there were quite a few shifts. And obviously the balance patches and everything, the hulks, the French have lost a lot of their prevalence, right? Also, people did learn how to play, and French being probably one of the simplest kind of baseline civilizations to get, you know, the ideas of how to play are going to be quite peculiar right now, because, yeah, they used to be very strong just because of how easy they were. I'm also wrong. I thought this was the Boulder Bay, because nobody plays Archipelago, but here we are. Kalajur is going to actually stay in this game, and versus our Vodka. We'll actually see how exactly those 2 guys manage to play a water map, which I do believe is going to be quite interesting. So We see Doc coming down from Kalajur, of course, very early on. You have like the standard play is 4 villagers, 5 villagers. So what you do usually is like you put 3 or 4 villagers on food, and everybody else just goes towards the wood, and you just keep rallying towards the wood until you get up to until 9 or 10 vills over there. Then you pivot towards the gold, and obviously try to age up as soon as you can. That is the standard play on any water map altogether. So that is going to be the deal for both players, I believe. So yeah, we shall see how exactly they decide to do things. So Kalajur 5-7 and Vodka L is 7-6. So the Mongol player is actually sitting on a decent number of villagers who are currently gathering the wood, which I think is quite interesting. We see like 6 villagers here, and there should be some folks. Actually, okay, here they're just kind of sitting between the sheep. He is actually rallying more villagers towards the food right now. So he's going to go for a relatively fast feudal, it seems. Because that's a large number of villagers on foot from the get-go, which is relatively irregular, to be honest, for the Mongols or for anybody playing on the water. You'd expect to have like the very opposite numbers, just like the opponent of his is going to kind of divide his villagers. So there are 8 on the wood. I think we might get 9 at some point, but both players are actually going to just kind of try to go towards that 400, 200 distribution of resources, allowing them to go up. Now the real problem here might indeed be that this is a full water map, so we might see some real interesting plays coming from both players, I assume, with you know, just kind of relatively fast timings towards the feudal, it seems, and the possible developments from there. So I really haven't seen that much water play done, and I'm really kind of excited to see how those players utilize those strengths and weaknesses potentially, right? That they have on this map over here. Now you can see that Vodka L still kind of going towards those 2 resources. No, actually he's kind of lucky-ish. He was able to place his TC so that it actually neighbors both the wood line and the gold, which is not easy to do. So he does actually save on the wood a little bit. That probably is the reason why he only has 6 villagers on the wood, actually. That will explain that, because he does need to move the TC, or he does need to move to build a ger anywhere to actually get to this gold here. And then in the eastern side of the map, in the east, it is going to be Kalajur's base. He's actually kind of committed to getting a lot of wood. You can see 11 villagers on the wood, which is very indicative of the fact that he's just going to go for, you know, let's face it, the ships that the French have are really expensive, so those hulks are going to be very demanding in terms of the spending, so he's probably just kind of getting ready for those really large expenditures in the future. We see that Kalajur is indeed ready to age up. I do believe that we have already a landmark dropped from Vodka. He's actually almost 30% through with this. So it's actually seemingly him being in the lead here, which is really important, actually. Guys, it's something that you should never underestimate. Like, the sooner you can get to that next age, the better you're going to be off overall, because this means that you are going to have like a very decent situation on the water. Like, the sooner you can start pumping out units, the better for you it is, of course. You can see there are like just 4 villages here for Kalajur building that Chamber of Commerce, and here that I believe, oh, that's actually the silver tree being built, and the silver tree is indeed going to be constructed by 5 villagers, and it was also started sooner by the Mongols, so they should hold a decent-ish lead on the map. We can see this scout. That's actually a very good idea to, like, people very often just completely skip, you know, scouting on the water maps. But there's going to be Kalajur's ship actually just kind of going across the map, and it should see his opponent's base relatively soon. It might also get an inkling as to what exactly is happening on the other side of the map over here, so it is rather interesting to see what exactly Kalajur makes of it. Obviously, he is spotted. He sees double docks, triple docks, actually. He should actually be able to notice the 3rd dock rather soon. What he doesn't see, of course, is what is being constructed here, but there are 2 light junks here being constructed by the Mongols. So there are 2 archer ships on the way. And Kalajur, of course, with his 2 ships over here, is going to be building a large number of hulks at some point once he does finish that age up anyway. And you should have them available, like if he starts them right away, you should have them available to fight those forces of the Mongols. as they arrive, but he has not started them yet, so it is kind of scary, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is not looking that great if he doesn't start building warships soon, because there's going to be the third one actually coming up as well. So those are very, very aggressive plays from the Mongols coming through. There are 2 ships already here, by the way, and there are going to be more as we kind of go forward. So there's obviously Hulk in construction. There is also additional sails being researched, which I'm honestly not a big fan of, because Hulk has very low armor. You probably want to have at least 2 ready before you do something risky here. It might be a very short game, to be honest. It seems like, because like he garrisons 3 of those ships, which is obviously the correct choice, but he has still at least 3 or 4 that are just gonna go down immediately. And those additional sails, like, they're good of an upgrade, but you just need to have some standing army before you do anything risky like this. So we just end up losing several ships for the French. And obviously French are this kind of major force in the water, but this being said, you know, they're still going to be really annoyed, I do believe. I don't think Kalashur did enjoy losing, you know, a majority of his fishing fleet, right? That's definitely something that you have to be aware of, that this is going to be a relatively positive result for our Mongol player. And since this is a fully water map, you can just commit all in towards that water play, which means that, you know, he can just continue pumping out those warships, and there's not much Kalashur can do, unless he is able to just kind of pump out a decent number of hulks. So he starts another one over here, but he's kind of short on resources, especially gold, so I do think he's just not mining enough to sustain the production of ships here. I think he should be kind of, you know, he should want to at least be able to produce multiple hulks at once. He only has 2 available right now, of course. So getting towards, you know, the future, I do believe he should probably focus a little bit more on getting that extra gold. Mongols are actually getting a lot of villagers on that wood over here, and there's also a lot of that economy focused on the gold. You can see that obviously there's just continued production here from that TC, so there's all the food that, you know, the ships are bringing home is going directly towards the villagers. What is actually quite peculiar is that those fishing ships are not onto, kind of moved onto that deep water fish, especially that it is Vodkal who has all the pressure in this matchup right now. So I'm kind of baffled by the fact that he's not really getting too much, you know, kind of not going out towards that water. You can see Kalashur actually just maneuvering those ships very well. He's gonna get at least 2-3 ships sunk of his opponent. It's obviously important to realize that you cannot garrison those hulks, but you can actually repair them. So Kalashur is actually going to micro this very well. Actually, he does win this fight quite handsomely, despite, you know, those hulks being relatively weak, them having only 2 ranged armor right now. So he does actually get a very nice trade-off here. Nothing really big accomplished. Like, I think it was just a singular, or maybe 2 fishing ships sniped. I think just 1 actually was deleted here by our Mongol players. Actually, he's gonna have to go home now. And he did lose the majority of that investment, and there's obviously quite a lot of money just on the water right now. And I do believe that the French, as they kind of go towards the next age, I believe, they will go for a counter-attack of sorts, and they'll try to equalize things to a certain extent. You can see, by the way, there is not a single worker in the base of Kalashur that is on the food right now. I do believe this is matched by the Mongols. You're not really going to be likely that, you know, Mongols do require any more villagers harvesting that food, so they'll be very, very much committed to this feudal age play for now. I do believe that's kind of a given, right? Because nobody's actually just kind of getting a decent number of food, right? So they're kind of both spending all the gold they're getting, they're spending all the food they're getting, and not much food is to be seen here, which is yeah, that's kind of odd, to be honest. Like, just that just kind of goes to show that, you know, they do believe that kind of getting behind on the water for any amount of time is going to be very bad for them. That's so they're just going to commit quite hard. Not many fishing ships, honestly, on the map. There are like, what, 3? Seriously, just 3 fishing ships. Oh no, I'm just blind, guys. I'm just blind. There are obviously more. So there are like 8 for the Mongols, and there are going to be just 4 gathering fishing ships for the French. And the French are actually, that's actually interesting that Kalashur is not really committed to getting any more ships at this point in time. He's just very much producing those warships. I guess he's also just realizing how bad it might be for him if he just stops producing military. There's a decent fleet here, 16 arrow ships for the Mongols, and the you know, the corresponding numbers here for the French are actually just 7 hulks, but they can destroy those ships very quickly. Of course, the Those are very, very strong against our ships. They provide very large damage, and they have 2 ballistics. If you just kind of can maneuver them very nicely, just like Kalajur is doing right here, they can, they are reloading on both boards at the same time, so they can be shooting from each side interchangeably, right, as they rotate around. So this is the proper micro for those ships. But obviously you'd like to get like a little bit better surface coverage, so Kalajur is not kind of utilizing the maximum of his DPS. Whereas those, those arrow ships by the Mongols are actually doing a decent job here at shredding down those expensive and slow hulks, to be honest. So Kalajur does micro his way out of this. Out of 16 ships, only 6 escape, and there are probably some reinforcements along the way, so it's not a perfect situation. And obviously Kalajur pretty happy, I think, about just retaining the majority of his fleet, right? He didn't lose too many. He has another 2 actually repairing over here, so he has a decent number of ships right now. It should, I think at some point, like very, very soon indeed, he should be able to just kind of go across the map and do some damage himself. Both players, by the way, opting for those landmarks that are acting as markets, right? You don't really get much of use here. You can see, by the way, that Kalajur is purchasing some extra gold, I guess, to support his production of those ships. He's still producing villagers, both players probably on very similar villager count. Of course, French should have a small lead in that regard, simply because they are producing villages faster. Indeed, there are 3 villages more for Kalajur over here on this map right now. Obviously, this fleet of Kalajur is really scary right now. There are like 8 of those hulks, and only I think 10 or 12, just 10 guys, just shy of 12. We're sitting on 10 light arrow ships over here. Actually 11, I guess, for our Mongol player. Let me just kind of get those armies tagged. 14 right now, 14 arrow ships to 8 hulks. I do believe this does actually favor our French player quite a bit. So this should mean that once they're able to go across the map, they will be able to get a decent amount of damage done to those Mongol ships. There are 9 hulks, guys. I do believe this is a very large number of ships. Actually, that's something that should crush the Mongols in this immediate engagement. So those trades actually did not go very well for the Mongols overall. And I do think that at this point over here, it's going to be a very, very scary situation for a Mongol player. Because this is not an army you want to mess with, especially when you don't have your hulks, you don't have any actual attack ship, right? Because arrow ships are not really that great. They just do little damage. They have relatively low armor. Even fully upgraded, they're just not the most capable ships in the world. But they're actually very numerous. We have 17 of them. To Kalajur's large-ish fleet of 10, I believe, of those hulks. And we start the trade. Actually, once again, the surface is not optimal, I believe, for Kalajur. Like, those ships at the back are not shooting. But now, like, as those ships of Vodka just do inch closer, all of those hulks are going to be getting every single volley off, every single turn. And that's just basically all she wrote. Kalajur wins this game very decisively with the French fleet, just kind of showcasing that those ships are no joke, and they're really going to be very strong. Doesn't matter like how much you nerf them, like fighting them head on in a feudal without any like actual support is not going to go well for you. And yeah, Kalajur shows us that French are still viable in the water, which is very good of news actually for all those French fans out there. Let's look at Recon now, shall we? Because I do hope we get to view some actual ground game as well. I'm pretty hopeful that our boy Recon is actually playing something more involved. Because let's face it, I was kind of committed to watching the Kalajur game altogether. Or that game actually did not go through. I think they must have ended it, so we're not going to be watching Recon, are we? Okay, so I think our spectator mode just crushed. Lovely. Yeah, it did crash. So we have to just restart Age of Empires now. Not fortunate at all, but it is what it is. I'm not sure why it crashes sometimes, but like when you try to spectate the game, I think we might have just kind of been trying to go into a game that has just ended, and it just kind of caused an unexpected bug, because how likely it is to happen. I think they just did not assume this was a possibility, and for that reason that just didn't go through too well. So once again loading into the game right now. Oh, the game is actually offline. Shit. No, please. Okay, it's going back in, I think. I do believe my account must have disconnected somewhere. That's very weird. So my internet is working, isn't it? The stream is still on, so weird. That's actually very strange because there's no maintenance scheduled, right, for tonight. It would be very sad if there was actually a maintenance scheduled for today. Let me just double check. Is that the usual maintenance was on the 6th, right? It was the expected one. The one that was announced. There is nothing actually announced for today, I believe. So, just waiting for the game to start working properly. That's just outrageous. Because my internet is okay, right? It's just the stream is on, guys. Can someone confirm that this is working? Oh, come on. I just started the stream and just DCs for fucking hell, man. I'm kind of glad that we actually managed to watch at least one game then, and it didn't DC us during that. So we're just gonna wait a little bit, see how it goes. It's not gonna reconnect for now, apparently, which is very unfortunate. Come on, guys, that's just terrible. The one day I can actually just chill and stream something, because I have like completely free day. It's just not gonna go my way, apparently. Come on. Yeah, servers are just down, man. It's definitely the case. Just looking at Discord, it seems that they're just the servers are temporarily dead. Unfortunate as it is. No news on Twitter yet, so I guess that's just a temporary crash. I'm not the happiest person in the world right now, I just got to say that. I was really looking forward to this stream. It's just the worst possible freaking timing. Just wait, let's see how exactly that does convert to anything. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, Mr. Idleric. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're just waiting because the servers are apparently down, so it's going to be probably a little bit of time. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. I'm not the most excited person in the world right now, to be frank, because I was super hyped to actually just get rolling. Thank you, Roden, for the follow as well. Very much appreciated. Sorry about the response on Discord. Just, I'm not the biggest streamer in the world, though. That's the reality. I'm relatively small-ish, like 700 something followers, right? And like 3k subs on YouTube, which is obviously not the biggest thing in the world. Coming from a different game, of course, but I'm very hyped about Age of Empires 4, so hopefully that does amount to something in the end. Game is not reconnecting at all. That's the kind of pain point for me. I can't remove the 10-minute limitation, by the way, because there was like some real extreme spam happening. So that just has to stay, because I had like some very bad problems with Twitch. That was just totally nasty with the bots. So that's what my moderators did. Actually, it wasn't even me setting that up. My bots just kind of adjusted the stream a bit, because that just had to be done, man. That just had to be done. There was like a bot that was just continuously spamming some porn links and some nasty stuff that was not even just getting removed on time by the Nightbot or. It was really nasty anyway. It was just terrible. So we had to just get that reinstated so that, you know, bots cannot immediately start spamming once you create it. So that just resolved the issue altogether. So we're probably gonna stick to that rule for now. I think that is gonna be the deal. Man, can I actually even access the replays of mine from here? No, because the account is DC'd. So I could actually just show my games, because I have like some really cool matches recorded, but it's not gonna be a possibility either, because they are servers, like they are stored on the server side. So that's the problem. So it doesn't seem like this is gonna amount to much. Son of a bitch, man. Seriously, dear game, can you please just let me watch some pro players playing? That's just the worst freaking timing in the world. It could have just gone down at any other time today. I would have been just absolutely perfectly fine with that. And I really wanted to watch some pro players actually just deal with the ramp pushes. That's something that I really did want to scout, like to see how exactly they do this, because I'm struggling quite a bit, to be honest. there's like one of the biggest like issues for me right now. I'm around like 1400 elo. Let me show you, and that is definitely the biggest problem, the biggest pain point for me. Just how the good players do the ramp pushes is just absolutely lethal, and I end up losing something to that every single time. To the extent that I just just lose games off the back of most of the ramp pushes that happen to me. So that's kind of the problematic thing. Oh, everything is down. Not you cannot even see the ladder now. The ladder is offline too, apparently. Yeah, the ladder is offline. I cannot even search myself. So it does display the top players, but anybody beyond the top is not going to be shown at all. So you can't even search the freaking ladder, man. So it's like they have like some serious issues right now with the game, or with the servers, it is. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes and the service is still super dead. Someone on Reddit said the servers have been deleted in the Delhi way, unfortunately. That's actually very sad, like the stuff that they did to Delhi Sultanate. I'm really surprised that they just went so far with that. Like, it doesn't seem that they did actually test anything, and it's just it just absolutely annihilated the civilization. Like, it's super weird to see how much like bad stuff happened to that civ over the course of just a single patch. It looks like something that they did not really kind of test internally at all prior to the release. It's very strange. I cannot even check my win-loss. That's because that is just absolutely unavailable. Son of a bitch was just we might just have to cancel this stream, just call it all off, and I guess there's I have nothing else I could actually stream. I mean, I have like Baldur's Gate 4, but Baldur's Gate 3, but that will be like mid playthrough, and yeah, this is just weird. I'd have to change everything. I'd have to just do a new thumbnail from YouTube. It's kind of messy. Yeah, that's that. Man. What I could do for now, just as we wait for the issues to resolve, because I can just replay the stream from yesterday, I guess. That's just the best thing I can honestly do for the time being. We'll do some replay. That's, I think, Wednesday's stream, actually, not yesterday's stream. So we can just kind of do this. I'm gonna just run this until the servers go back. I think that's because I don't think like actually getting started again would make much sense. So what I'll do is I'll actually just kind of show you some games, because I had some really cool games happen yesterday, like on Wednesday, that is. So we can just kind of share that, I think, for the time being. Because I've been playing Rus quite to decent success, let's say. So we can do that. I'm just gonna go swap some things around, and I'll just stream that. We'll just do. Okay, It's working. I'm gonna mute my microphone, guys. I'm gonna get. Yeah, we're just gonna do this a gameplay stream for now. I'm just gonna disable the camera as well. It should be fine. The meta just kind of devolved into some kind of crazy micro madness, you know. That's basically that. So we're just kind of dealing. We're living this world now. Where it is just absolutely a micro craziness right now, ensuing all the time. It's Ancient Spire, so there is water here as well. We're gonna go with a scout first, and the reasoning behind this is that like you just want to have like a double scout to one shot the deer. That's the entire purpose of it. So we're just gonna go ahead. And since this is Ancient Spires, we're gonna try to find like a water source somewhere and just build a dock. I think that's the plan. That's the game plan for any water map anyway. Like, it's kind of easy to play this way. I just need to find water though, man. Like, I just need to find water. Like, I'd assume there's gonna be water here, like towards the bottom. Like, it's sometimes like you spawn luckily and you just have the water right next to you. It's occasionally like this, but not always, right? Of course. So doing this is actually just something that you learn if you play Rus against Rus once. Because everyone does this, almost, and it's just really nasty because, like, there's no way for you to contest anything if you play against this. If you're up against this sort of shit, like, there is nothing you can do, literally. So, that's the scary part, actually, of the matchup. I'm gonna just take this poor peasant and just gonna walk her around. Because I do presume there's gonna be water here, like, please, give me water right now. There is water, see? And I just wanted to kind of have someone walking in that direction already. So we're gonna drop a dock real quick, like here. And yeah, we're just going to start exploring the map again properly this time. In the effort to actually consolidate a decent number of deer kills. That's the plan. Yeah, we're just looking now for... there's deep water fish. I'm not sure there is anything here actually. Probably no. So it might have been a bad decision to just to go for that patch. But it's like nothing really lost here, to be honest. Like you can just always, you know, just refocus a little bit if you want to. I'm not sure what the villager was going for, really. So there's no deep water fish in that basin. Unfortunate though it is, there is no fish in that pond. You know what? I'm just going to take these sheep with this scout because we're running out of food back at home. So it's going to be this scout going around and this scout is kind of returning quickly. And oh shit, he has. Oh wait, shit. I need to have both of them here actually. Nice, we got. See, that's what I was talking about, right? If you're contesting against another Rus player, you just want to have 2 scouts every time. Because if you don't, it's just gonna get very, very annoying. It's just frustrating to deal with this shit. So, you just really don't want to even engage in any kind of interaction with that. You just want to kind of go around, just try to avoid that sort of stuff. We're just gonna get this as well. The hunting cabin, and he did actually kill a single hunt. We killed a single hunt, and we had to split another one. That's basically what went down here. And I do presume there's like wherever, if he had gone there, like he has already cleaned the hunts up, but I don't think we have anywhere else to go, to be honest. So. There was, yeah, he cleaned up most of that. No, it's not fast actually. No, like you should see like the good players in Age of Empires actually. But yeah, Rus is really super freaking intensive in terms of APM. read just the civilization. There's nothing else to say here. You know what? I'm just gonna take this. Okay, so you're gonna go. Oh fuck, he's feudal already. So he's not gone for ships at all then, I guess. That's the thing. He must have not gone for ships. It's bad for me. It's actually pretty terrible. If you want to try hard in Age of Empires 4, you actually need to have decently high APM, because macro game is actually way harder in like, it's a lot of micro in this game that's kind of difficult to relate to in terms of other games. It's like, it's kind of SC2 like in terms of speed, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. And especially like on those, that's actually the biggest pain point, I think. Because on the water maps, like, this is getting even worse. I think this is kind of the bad thing about this, like, about playing Rus on water maps. Because you have, like, already a lot of multitasking as you go. People make walls, you know, it does depend on the map, though, mate. It depends on the map. Right, it's really just kind of going to vary from game to game for that reason. There's not always a point in actually walling off completely and shit. Yeah, you will... What the hell do I even want to do here? Sorry. I was kind of very incoherent babbling, but I do want to actually get probably another dock on this sleigh. Because he's gonna go for fast castle, I presume, and we just want to have something going for ourselves, like from the get-go almost. It's a wolf. Where's the wolf? Where's the wolf? Oh, here. Shit, that's where the wolf is. So he got like more hunts than us then, right? No. He got this one. Where's the... There should be one more hunt on the map, I swear. It's weird. I think there should be one more hunt somewhere. But there isn't. So getting professional scouts doesn't seem to make any... Oh, shit. That's my bad. It doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever in my opinion. Because there's just so few hunts here that if I do this, it's just gonna be wasted time and effort. We have enough ships here. 8 is way more than I need, actually. So we're just gonna go here, just support this villager. Oh wait, these guys are actually quite far off. Okay, I'm just gonna drop off these sheep. I'm actually wondering what exactly he's up to with his I do prefer... Sure. Oh, that's not good. There's so many scouts, yeah, good reason for that as well, I guess. So this means I might actually want to get some military very quickly. Like, even horsemen would be nice, I guess. And I do want to probably get a... I want a dock here, actually. I want a dock somewhere. That's actually so close to him, man. That's very bad. So let's sell wood. We're just gonna go for fast castle still. We should have enough wood actually to just go castle now. So let's just do it. Archery range is dropping. I'm gonna be very obstinate here about this. I just want to have that dog going, man. I'm not sure if I can even afford this, because he's not fishing at all, right? That's the thing, he's not fishing at all. So... Just gonna have knights as well, that's not bad. Having knights and... that's looking like we're gonna be there before him as well, or we're just gonna get there simultaneously almost, which is also okay. I think that's fine. So we're just gonna go for this relic here first, I guess. Just getting some fishing ships at some point later down the line is also going to be nice. And at some point, I guess I'd like to get some relics going for myself. He's finishing his Abbey of Trinity, so it's not like I'm gonna be severely ahead of him in any way. So that's the thing, right? It's not like I'm gonna be really far ahead, just slightly. I'm just gonna get like a little bit of an edge here. So we're just gonna go for this relic first, I guess. We can just try raiding, right? That's the idea here anyway. That's what you really want to do with Rus. Like, you just want to raid the hell out of this game, like the hell out of your opponent. So we're just gonna go for that. And yeah, we have way too many on foot somehow. Oh, these are just not working, are they? So you go back home. And then you go here, and this is going to just get this guy over here, I guess. Shit, he has just scouts here, honestly. It's quite sad. There's a monk as well. We can just snipe the monk. No, we can't actually. There's gonna be too much of an expenditure right now. So you go here, you just want to get this relic, honestly. There is gold mine somewhere as well to be had, I think. I hope, anyway. And we're just gonna go... Where the hell is the gold mine, actually, here? And yeah, this monk just gets the relic. You just have to go like there, I guess. Actually, just cap this site. You know, I'm just gonna cap the sacred site here. And this monk is just gonna go up. There's a scoutsman. He's just going scouts, isn't he? So actually having knights here is good for me, I guess, right? It should be fine. I'm one-shotting his archers now, which is great. And we can just take the food here as well. We can start raiding him right now at this point. Because he's just gonna lose every fight he takes, right? That's really important. And we have that advantage now going for us. So we can just leave one unit here, actually, just kind of keep fighting. So we're just gonna capture the sacred site as well, because we just want gold as well, to be honest, right? That's also very important. And I'm also going to just build this. I'm gonna get some extra. Yeah, nice. We're just pushing him completely out of place right now. And I did actually build a blacksmith. No. Okay, we can also go for that final sacred site. Hell is this? It's just 2 sacred sites actually. So we control the entirety of the map right now. We're gonna get some nice. We're just gonna keep raiding right now. So you just go here. So we just go for this. We don't want the crossbowmen, so we just want to have as many units as we can make actually here. So those are nice. We're just gonna be killing a lot of his units here. We also I think we can just pivot to siege right now. We can just go for like a siege workshop or 2. Just kind of go make siege. Yeah, these ships are not fishing anymore. That's bad. So you actually have 12 workers who are not doing it. That's not good, of course, right? Having 12 workers being completely idle is just absolutely terrible for us. But I think he has like way fewer units right now overall. He cannot just keep producing. So that's good. He is losing his production completely, right? And I have just population cap as well. I think that's fine. Yeah, whew! Nice. So water play is gonna prevail. Nice. Nice job. To me, of course. Holy shit, Rus is so good. There you go, still nothing actually, so I'm not sure we're gonna be streaming tonight. I think we have to just call it a night, unfortunately. I'm super disappointed because I did have like a very free evening today, and actually not being able to stream at all, like not getting to a regular Friday stream is just going to be very, very sad. I was just looking forward to doing this, and yeah, just getting this out of the way like this is definitely not the way I wanted it to go. But then again, like what exactly the hell am I supposed to do with how things are, right? It's just is what it is. I do not believe we can do anything about it. Like the server is just freaking dead. And I'm not really sure what exactly they're gonna do about it. Like unless it miraculously just goes back right now, I don't think we can do much. So we're just going to say probably we're gonna call it quits for now. And yeah, that's that. So sorry guys, but I'm gonna cut the stream short. If it does come back within the next hour and a half or so, I'll obviously just kind of go back on and we'll talk some more. We'll try to cast some games inside, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. Like there is no point waiting because it could just kind of keep being offline for the next few dozen hours, and yeah, that would just be completely pointless for us to sit around. If you're still watching, I recommend you check out my YouTube channel. If you're on Twitch, you can just click the link and join. Just drop a sub. And I have lots of content on AOE4, so you can definitely watch some cool games. I also have like full cast of Genesis, though it is on low quality PC because it's my previous computer I was casting on. So it's not going to be the greatest visual quality of games, but But I do think the commitment at least is still there. So I do hope that you guys do find it enjoyable. Unless the servers are actually back up, because it seems like the reconnecting button here is stuck at reconnecting rather than just kind of instantaneously going offline. Never mind, it just went offline. But maybe there is some light in the tunnel, guys. Maybe there's some light in the tunnel. We shall see. I'm gonna just give it a shot. I'm gonna go do a very quick phone call in the meantime, because it seems like there is like a change here. It used to behave differently, so maybe this is going to be fine. So I'm just gonna do a quick phone call, obviously muting myself, and then we shall see if this does change, but I don't think so. Nope, guys, it's not changing, so we're just gonna cancel the stream for a while. I guess there's no point in just kind of sitting around just waiting for a miracle to come, right? I don't think there is anything I can do with AOE4 like this. It's just unfortunate, but I guess it is what it is. How is he? Oh, he's playing the... Okay, I'm just kind of looking at streamers, and Grobby is playing a game that he's playing the AI, so that's why. I'm not willing to do the campaign. I don't think there's any merit to that. So thank you guys. See you around. Stay tuned for more. Unfortunate as it is. That is the end of today, apparently. Unlucky. Very unlucky.